here for this interesting topic. I'm just going to copy the link quickly. Hello, we're waiting for everybody to join us so we can invite the guests. So if you are online, just drop in the comment section so we can continue, all right? Who is online today? It's Sunday, and I believe a lot of us must have gone for our shows, but this is a very important conversation. I'll just quickly add the speaker so he's just here with us. So if you are live with us, just drop in the comment section. Let me know you're here and let me know you are watching. While I quickly share the link on my status to invite other people. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just say I can hear you because today is going to be an interesting section. It's going to be an interesting topic. So I'll just call as much people that are present. We have Biba Troll, we have Abdul Aziz, we have Antonio Simeka, we have Okpaya Veronica, we have Edward Katal, we have Bay Prime, we have Action Tech, we have Eziafa Stephanie, we have Brainy Prulinas, we have Edward Cattle, we have Okpaya Veronica, we have Ohana, we have Abdul Aziz, we have Ibrahim. All right, I can see you all. Thank you and welcome to today's live session. What you can do to actually involve others, it could be your partner, it could be your friends, especially those that have fiancé. You can actually copy this link and share to them because today is going to be an interesting section, and I indulge everybody to invite as much people as they can. Copy the link and share on your WhatsApp status so that others can also benefit from this. So while we are doing that, as we all can see, we have our speaker already waiting. Our speaker is already waiting for us. Okay, we have a lot of people that can hear us. Our speaker is already waiting for us, and with me is Dr. James Komolafe. Did I pronounce it well, sir?
Right. Komolafe. Fe.
Komolafe.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
good.
So we
The
have
one who teaches children to be sociable.
oh, so that's the meaning.
Yes, and you can't be sociable without your sexuality being in place.
Oh, okay, all right,
Full
okay.
nourishing.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just going to go through who Dr. James Komolafe is.
Mhm.
So he's actually a PhD holder, a behavioral health, a PhD behavioral health, registered registrar CEO, Institute of Behavioral Alignment of Nigeria, IOBAN. You can check on this on social media. Just click on Google and check up Behavioral Alignment of Nigeria. So he is the CEO and he is the registrar of the Institute of Behavioral Alignment of Nigeria. He's a brand consultant to organization, former banker and astute administrator. He's member several professional bodies such as NIPRO, NIM, NITAD, among others. He's a certified cognitive behavioral therapist from Florida, fellow SABA, fellow Fleet Leadership International Institute, member Behavioral Health Massachusetts GHP Academy. Did I pronounce that well?
Yes,
Okay.
Massachusetts is in
So
America.
he's a chief consultant, forensic psychometrician at the Saba Resources, senior contributing professor to School of Policies, Politics and Governance, SPPG, Institute of Nigeria Transformation, Nigerian Prize for Leadership, Legislative Membership Institute, and in other private organizations. He's a board member and senior consultant, Lap Large Metaverse, an African meta health hub, equipping experts from over 100 countries. So it's actually a privilege having him here. There's a lot to read about him, so we're just giving you a tip of the iceberg of what he is and what he's doing. So he's training expenditure consultants across private slash public sectors over the decades, such as Ministry of Finance, Defense, Bureau of Public Enterprise, Ministry of Police Affairs, Federal Housing Authority, Federal Fire Service, Federal Mortgage Bank, among others. Dr. James has created over 200 strategic leadership solutions and custom made designs for private and corporate leds of education, for education, evaluation, and intervention, setting the pace for agility in the 21st century for organization across levels. Venture builder slash strategic catalyst, navigating and taking institutions to prominence. He builds strategic operational framework across organization, cutting private and public fora. Superintendent over team strategy network, strategic concept slash content development through conferences platform, speaking, summits, and the media. And lastly, he's happily married to Veronica and blessed with Dr. Rosemary. As you can see, he's a big father. He has a doctor, Dr. Rosemary. He has an engineer. He's blessed with engineer Mark and also Victor. So we have Dr. Kamala Fair James here. He's going to be sharing with us a lot when it comes to sex and sexual malnourishment in couples. So I'm going to leave the podium for the owner of today's section. He was supposed to come online with his laptop, but because I'm actually sending the link with my phone, he could not. So we had some adjustments and he had to make use of his phone. So you're not going to be getting the PowerPoint presentation because we are unable to do that. If it was like Zoom, it would have been much easy for him to do his presentation. I believe Dr. James is more familiar with Zoom presentations than YouTube. So you just have to bear and listen attentively because we all know that in our society we are today, there is a lot of sexual malnourishment, whether you believe it or not. A lot of couples are sexually malnourished, but because of the society we are, they are scared to speak out. They are scared to actually express themselves or communicate how they really feel about sex. So that is why we are here today to outline the signs of 20 sexual malnourishment. We are not just outlining it, we're going to tell you how to go about it, the way out. One thing is to let you know what it is, and another thing is to take your hands and guide you through so that you're able to get solution and be happy. And you remember, for the definition of health, according to the World Health Organization, you have to be physically, mentally, psychologically, socially, and otherwise balanced. It's not just, oh, I am healthy, you don't have blood pressure, you don't have hypertension, you don't have diabetes. So if you are married, the question is your sex life balanced? If your sex life is not balanced, if you are not sexually nourished, trust me, you are not healthy. So that is why we have Dr. James Komolafe to do this for us. So Dr. James, you can give us a brief introduction and tell us what you're going to be doing here
Wow, it's a fireworks. This is
today.
the day we have long waited for. And I believe I am here in my constituency, especially of the married or the will be married. We're going
Okay.
to use one stone to kill several birds.
Yeah.
I go out a huge lot for conferences, seminars, women conferences, and
I've
all
seen
kinds
it.
of
I, I,
conferences
I saw
across.
a lot of work you're doing. I saw it on AIT, NCA. I've seen his work severally. For me to call him into our YouTube channel, I must commend your efforts so far. I've seen your work, like the various presentation he has had. I've seen everything on the social media. It was on AIT, it was on NCA, and some other social media house in Nigeria. So I've seen him. That's why I like, oh, for him to come here, it's actually a great privilege to have him, despite the busy schedule and all the inconveniences we're going to cause him today. So for him to take his time to calm down, it is something we really appreciate. Okay. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. No, no. We can hear you. No. I don't know if it's my phone, but I can't hear you. If you can hear Dr. James, just drop on the comment section. Let me know you can hear him. Because I personally cannot hear him. I don't know if it's from my end. So if you can hear him, just drop on the comment section. Let me know you can hear him, please. Because I can hear him. If it's for him to go offline and come back again. Okay, we can't hear you. So go offline, and come back again. I think I'm good with my sign language. I think I'm good with my sign language. Okay, basically people cannot hear him, so I've told him with my sign language. He understood. That's good. I told him to go offline. He's gonna join us again, and we're gonna add him, okay? Because I can't hear him at the moment. So, like we were saying before he comes, what I would advise is for you to click on the share button, share it on your WhatsApp status, share it on your social media handle. Let everybody come and learn. For you to be healthy, you have to be sexually balanced. Trust me. Because especially ladies, they are actually passing through a lot. They can't really express how they feel when it comes to sex.
Yes, can
Okay?
you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear now.
Oh, that's good. So it's fun this moment, wherever you're watching us from Europe, from America, from Asia, Nigeria, and the rest of it. You will do me well to get yourself a pen and paper
Okay.
because we are going to do 5 things at the same time.
Okay.
And what a honor and privilege to be on Nurse's lecture room. It's ever been my desire each time I hear Nurse Mercy Mary vibrating, I say, wow, one day I will be like this lady. Eh?
No, we are trying to be like you. You can see
I'm trying
everything
to be
you've done
like
when it comes.
Nurse.
You are a forensic sex expert. Okay, like
Yes.
people
I'm
will
going
want
to
to be like you. We
analyze
want to be like you to
everything.
learn more.
Everybody will know what it is all about today. In fact, it's an introduction we're going to do today. And you see, I have told Nurse Rosemary that she's doing a great job all over the world. She may not have realized the fact of the impact of those education. So each time I see her talk, I say, wow, this is one leg. There are actually 3 legs in the real sense of it. The first leg, teaching, which we call information. You give information or education. And then the second leg is testing, which we call evaluation. And the third leg is treatment, which we call intervention. So, everybody in the house today, you're watching later, congratulations and kudos to everyone. You have won. In most of the teachings you are going to be enjoying from the nurses lecture room, you are also going to be able to do the evaluation to see where you are in those teachings. And at the end of the day, you will also enjoy intervention by the way of one on one, face to face treatment. And this treatment is going to be a non drug treatment. We call it behavior modification. I have used it to solve so many problems in the African client. I sit down in Nigeria and I make dollars just by behavior modification in Europe, in America, and Canada. I've used it to handle all kinds of drug addiction, abuse, depression, suicide ideation. I've solved problems. I've used it to walk people away from hypertension. I've used it to solve marital problems, sexual problems, and all of the like. In fact, opportunity is going to be opened up to everyone on nurse lecture room to be able to do some certain training and handle some matters, no matter your background. And so this evening we will be discussing a huge one there. And what is the importance? The importance is so great and grave. I've gone out, and like I told you, I'm on DSTV every day. I'm on ASO TV. I'm on Armed Forces Radio every Wednesday. Nurse Rosemary will give you all of this information. We've gone out there and we hear what the feminine gender, especially, are suffering.
Yeah.
And when I saw this opportunity here, I said, no, this is a time to hit it without a miss and bring many people out. Very many that are married really know what orgasm is. Please, if you are not married, you will need some level of decency there to be able to cope here. Because I'm going to say some things that will make you to want to run out to look for something to do. We're not going to hide anything. Hmm? We are all matured here. We're going to talk about the fun. It's not a fight. Let me start by letting you know that sex is not a fight, it's a fun. It's a going to be giving you so many of such words. So that is the number one thing. Sex is fun, not fight.
Yeah.
And it has so many things attached to it. And many homes, I can tell you, are going through sexual malnourishment. We all know what to nourish means. And let's be interactive here. When you talk about nourish, what does it mean? Is there for Stephanie Davis? What do you understand by the word nourish?
You can drop
Hmm?
what you think about Nourish on the
You
comment
can
section.
drop
The
it.
question is
Let's
floating
just
about.
interact. I'm
Let's
not
just
here
have
to
fun
teach
while having this
anything.
conversation. So if you know you
Yeah,
don't have
just
enough
catch
data,
fun.
try to top up
Hmm?
because this is going to
Just
be an interesting section. I
very
don't want you to
interesting.
mix out of it. So what does
Hmm.
it mean for someone to be nourished? What does it
What
mean?
does it
Like
mean?
what do you feel nourishment is? You can drop on the comment
Nourishment
section.
is you can start from physical to the rest. Then I'll begin to shock you. What is it in sex that so many people don't know about? Even the married and marriage counselors, they don't know about these things. They just tell us the theory side of it and tell us what it is on the surface. Many don't know what orgasm is, neither do they experience it. They just read books and tell you, oh, you achieve orgasm or you don't achieve orgasm and all that. That you even achieve orgasm does not mean you are not sexually malnourished. Oh, well, I've gone to for meetings where women will say, well, doctor, I've made up my mind to close my mind about sex in my family because it's just not working. Many wives have shut down on that department and say, no, 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 no. I closed my mind for that thing for about 3 years now. And you could
Yeah,
imagine they're in the same room,
that's true. That's
in
actually
the
true.
same house, sleeping
Yeah.
on the same bed. Some just do it. Well, you ask for it, just take. Some say, well, look, I told him no more. Because anytime we are intimate, we may start fine, but we end fighting. Or I'm emotionally traumatized. I'm left to handle the remaining moment in sorrow. He leaves me halfway. He just got his own, and as soon as he got four, I am dropped from a high mountain. You hear all of those stuff, and then my man expect me to thank him at the end of every sex. What kind of thing is that? Eh? Is it not for mutual enjoyment? As
Edward Carter gave an answer, so that's good. There's network hinges. We have network hinges. You know, Nigeria.
because of it.
Yeah,
Hmm?
we have some like we
So,
have some definition of malnourish.
yes.
Nourished.
What again?
Okay, should I read?
Good. Read it for us.
Okay, Edward Carter said, malnourished
Mm,
means not having sufficient to do something.
He's still calling me. Ezekiel is still calling me. Tell the boy. Yes. Read on.
Malnourished means not having sufficient of something.
Mm,
Why Kelechi Ayigo said to be nourished means to be mentally satisfied and
mm,
bodily, I mean physically and emotionally healthy. That's from
good.
Kelechi Ayigo.
Mm, good. They've all tried. That is part of it. You see, let's start from the physical to the rest. When you are nourished, you are satisfied. When you are nourished, you are happy. You got your desires met. There's an expectation in you, and the expectation is met. You achieve, you arrive when you are nourished. And the food that will nourish you is not a quick fix. It's something you settle down to describe, to define. Oh, this soup has much salt. Oh, this soup, the pepper is not enough, and all of that. What are you looking for? You want to be nourished. So it's not a quick fix. There is a preparation for the meal, and the meal at the end of the day satisfies you.
Yeah.
Now, in sexual malnourishment, it is not about the game of just one mate. It takes two to tango, and so the two of you must come together to prepare that meal. That's where it's different from physical nourishment. If he must go nourish, it's not the work of the wife alone or the work of the husband alone. The two must join hands together to prepare the meal. So before it, on it, and after it, then matters. In nourishment, we don't look at when we are eating alone. And that's where many people get it wrong when it comes to sex. They are waiting for the moment of intimacy. No, that's malnourishment. It could be mechanical, bestial. You see, there are certain chemicals you release from your brain, the endorphins, eh? You see, the serotonin, the oxytocin. Let me not bother you with some of those chemicals, fun chemicals, love chemicals that you don't release just suddenly. And you see, all these things work together. When you are sexually malnourished, so many things goes the wrong order, especially when you are in a relationship. You are emotionally destabilized. You transfer aggression. Many of you don't know some of these things.
Yeah.
You just feel, oh, it's because where I'm just not happy. And then some of you pick fault so easy. You become so picky and pokey at the same time. Your emotional equilibrium is rocked. You are disjointed. And so many issues we pray about in Africa, and we ask them to die by fire. They are not actually prayer matters, not Rosemary.
Yeah,
They are
that's
not prayer
true.
matters. They are just behavioral issues. Behavior. Behavior. In our inability to align our thought with our mind, our emotion, and passion. And if there's anything called sexual nourishment, it must begin with your thought,
Mm-hmm.
to your imaginations,
Mm-hmm.
to your feelings,
Sure.
to your passion,
Mm-hmm.
before it becomes action. It doesn't follow that trend. I'm sorry. You are just traveling on the road of malnourishment. And what happens when you are malnourished? You can get what you want in sex, but at the end of the day, you won't want what you get.
You can get what you want in sex, but at the
At
end of
the
the
end of
day,
the day, You won't want what you get. That's
I
malnourishment.
think I should write that down. That that
Please
that
write it down.
that is actually that's actually a word to hold on to. Sorry,
In
just give me
fact,
some
it's
time.
a day we are going to use to
You can
analyze that.
get
And
what you want,
what you want in sex,
hmm
but at the end of the day,
but
you don't want what you get. There's a book on that,
at the end
which
of the day,
everybody, you don't want what you get.
you don't want what you get.
Yeah, so instead of
Everybody, I
catching
think we
fun, you
should
are
put
catching
that
fight.
down. That's an
Put it
I
down.
need to do like a thumbnail for it. That's an important message.
Yes.
That's deep. It's deep actually.
Very, very deep. It will take me 1 hour to explain it, but
Okay.
there's a book on it everybody can read. And that's why there are many frustration instead of fulfillment in sex. Many are frustrated. They say, no, 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 I don't want. Hmm? That's why I allow him to go out. Let me have my peace. No, you are doing yourself double sabotage. What you are supposed to enjoy in house, you are not enjoying. And then you are opening your home out. And you see, in Nigeria, for example, many things are wrong in families and in homes just because the other room is suffering.
Mm,
So that's why I'm here as a therapist. I will run you through 20 analysis now. Take your biro and a sheet of paper, quick.
I have my barrier here. I'm already typing. I'm already getting the tip. That's
Some of
just
them will start writing books now,
that's
and they will
something
see.
about talking to an expert and a therapist.
Yeah.
I know the
Yeah.
basic, like I know the basic.
Mm,
I don't even know the
mm,
intervention. I don't know what it is. I just know the basic.
mm,
But now I've started
mm.
writing down. At least let me learn. I'm
we,
learning, and I
we
encourage
must go
everybody
into
to be
the
learning.
deeper waters. You
Yeah.
see, Nurse Mercy Mary, if you float on waters, even if it is an ocean, you can't get the big, big fishes. You'll only meet tilapia, tadpole, gnat, and so on. But when you begin to dive deep into that ocean, you meet whale, you meet big, big fishes. So it takes going deeper into this issue for people to be able to realize what it is all about. So when you are talking about sexual malnourishment, is a whole gamut, and it is not a destination, it is a journey. Can I say it again? Sexual malnourishment. When you are malnourished in sex, it is a journey, not just a single destination. That, oh, I had this food, I'm malnourished. No, it is an accumulation over time of various sexual violation. I didn't say violence. Various accumulation of sexual violation, not playing according to the rule of the game. No matter who you are going through malnourishment. And an individual who is physically malnourished, it will show on their face. You know the face where sexual malnourishment shows? On the face of your mind. It will show on your mind, on your feelings, on your emotions, on your utterances, on your conversations. It shows. And people like us know. When I see you and I interact with you for 5 minutes, I can almost tell you the percentage nourishment or malnourishment that you are going through by training when I exchange talk with you. Right? And you see, your emotional temperature goes zigzag. And what is the cause? Sexual malnourishment is the bane for emotional instability in homes, in offices, in organization. And when it is run in that space, it is a contagious behavioral disease. It will be wrong everywhere. Sexual malnourishment has a way of changing people's glass and bringing another color entirely. Now, if Nurse Rosemary is wearing white dress and I'm wearing a dark goggle, what is the color I'm likely to see her dress? Is dark. Now it's dark in my face, not because she's wearing dark dress, but because the goggle, the spectacle I wear is dark. So any man or woman going through sexual malnourishment has his or her goggle already changed from the other room. So he's not likely to see right.
Okay. Somebody
And
said,
I
sorry
need
to cut you short. Somebody said, please
yeah.
say it again. It is various violation of. I didn't get what Kelechi was trying to drop.
Okay, please say it again. It is various violation of sexual rules and laws and ethics. When you don't play the game of sex, you will fight the battle of sex. Write it down. Can tell you 1,000 words, catchy quotes on sex here. When you don't play the game of sex, you will be prepared to fight the battle. Life exists in three stables: the good, that is when you are defined; the bad, when you violate protocols and the rule of the game; and then the ugly, that is deviation, when you now take it as a habit and live in that space of error in the errand of sex. Now, let me shock people here. Sex is an errand,
Okay.
it's a journey, it's an errand that you send your persona to deliver content, context, and what? Concept. Can I say it again? Anytime you do sex, you are sending your persona on an errand to deliver three C's: content, what you have inside; concept, who you are as a person; and then context, the environment you create. We call it sexual ecosystem. One day, me and us, Mary will come and talk about the sex ecosystem here so that you can create a magnetic field for sex. Now, when you don't operate in your sexual magnetic field, you struggle, you strive, you do sex, at the end of it, you are worse hit and you regret going into it. Why? Because you are not operating in your field. So you see, just as you cook the food to taste and satisfy you through the nourishment thereof, even so you and your spouse can decide to nourish your home and your bed through a sexual bed, which is the emotional food. Now, what pounded yam, rice, gari is, as to building calories so that you burn energy, so is sex an emotional food that fuels your mind, your emotion, and polishes your passion and gives it a projection for production. I hope I'm not hitting too hard on people here. That's what sex
See,
is.
if you are following,
So,
just drop on the comment section. Let us know you are catching up with
mm,
what he is saying, okay? Because it's really
sex
an
is
interesting
a
section.
food. Some women will say, "Nah, food." Yes, nah, food. Food among food. Sex is food for the mind, food for emotion. The first part of you that eats the food of sex is your emotion. And what is your emotion? Your energy, emotion. E slash motion. Energy in motion. So, and you see, everything about life is energy. You sit is energy. You stand is energy. You talk is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to another. So the capacity to reinforce that energy in a balance mentally, emotionally, physically finds harmony in sex, especially when it is a nourished one. So, why do I need a subject like this? We need to address this firstly because it directly impacts on the emotional and physical well-being of couples. You want to be emotionally balanced? You don't want to produce cat and rat. The husband is rat, the husband and the wife is cat. And wherever you have cat and rat together, what will you produce? Nurse Mercy Mary, you will produce
Cataract.
cataract of the eyes.
Cataract.
So when you go through sexual malnourishment, both spouse will have cataract of the eyes because one is either cat and the other is rat. And when you have cat and rat, you have cataract in the hole. And when a man has cataract in his eyes, instead of catching fun, he will be fighting all the time. Nurse Mary, have you heard of where toothpaste led to a divorce?
Yeah, I've had a situation of that. I heard it like where they said how you press the toothpaste. The
Thank
couple
you
was
very
angry, was
much.
like, why don't you press it from the down part? Why are you pressing it anyhow? Like just putting a toothpaste on a toothbrush actually caused
Just
quarrel.
because of the cataract of the eyes in the other room, what should not matter will become the thing arising. And if you don't dig deep as a therapist, you will think it's just, you say, the devil is wicked. How can the devil use just toothpaste to separate them? Because of the transferred aggression from the other room, where a man or the woman is either malnourished, small matter will be overblown beyond proportion. And the man says, which cat, even a cat will not press this toothpaste from the top. It should be pressed from the tip down. And then the wife, not knowing that is the husband who is talking, he said, even a rat will not can press this thing anywhere. Is it not just for the stuff to come out? And by the time cat and rat meets, of course, your guess is as good as mine. They'll produce cataract. And then little things, people flare off. Emotional temperature rises. So, what is emotional temperature? It is the accumulation of sexual deniers over time that makes your emotion to rise beyond normal. As Nurse Rosemary is busy 24/7 now, I don't know what her emotional temperature is reading. Eh? And all of you here, I don't know what your emotional temperature is reading. And you see, one of the things that makes your emotional temperature to rise so high beyond normal is absence of good and great sex that delivers. So, another catchy word, every sexual journey should deliver the good, nullify the bad and the ugly. Write it down.
Uh,
Ugly trend, ugly situation, ugly life, ugly experience. Hmm? Some of you are spiritual. You say, no, we're just fasting. And sex is not spiritual. It's a lie. It's highly spiritual. Anything that releases your mind and gives you the emotional fluid you need to connect, contact, and converge is spiritual. So, what does sex release to you? Emotional fluid to do three C's. You contact, connect, converge mentally, physically, and otherwise. So, how you say, oh, it's not spiritual? You are the one who is not spiritual. Because everything God created is good when it is taken in the right order and in the right bracket. So, why do you need issues like this? We need to foster healthy sexual connection in order to mainstream intimacy and closeness in romantic relationship. Very vital. Hmm? Communication is warped in so many homes. Eh? They can't understand. You see, the more you perform sex with your spouse, the free you are. the freer, the romantic. And then there is a fluid you release that creates your flow upon your flaws. Sex enables you to release a fluid of commonality that binds your mind together, harmonizes your emotion in order to empower your action. And that's where harmony comes in. Nurse Mercy Mary, when you see husband and wife fighting so well, too frequent, check their sex life. It is zero
Imbalance, yeah.
or minus 35.
The temperature.
You see, their emotional temperature is
Cold.
1,000 degrees high beyond normal. And where it is frigid, then it is minus 1,000 Fahrenheit. Cold. See, issues on malnourishment is not a quick fix. I can take you like this for 1 year consistently, but we won't do that. We allow some who want to be sex experts, sex therapists, to train them and help them so that they can help other people. Then we need to address sexual malnourishment so that we can prevent the development of deeper relational problems. Because a little thing could pull the trigger for destruction when a man is malnourished sexually. I've seen men who says, please don't cook for me if you cannot give me good sex. And the woman is trying all that she can do to give so-called quote and unquote good sex. And at the end of the day, and the man doesn't really know what he needs. And neither does the woman know how to provide what the man needs. So that's why we are here. Now, everybody take a sheet of paper. See my own.
Okay, I
Put your
have.
name. I'm going to run you through 20 analysis of sexual malnourishment. Put your name, your telephone number on that sheet of paper. If you have a diary, write the same because you are going to snap it to me. And then during the time of assessment, which we won't do here, you will post it to me. Then we'll be one-on-one with you to treat you. Now what I'm doing is teaching. I finished teaching. Now we are going to testing. And afterward, we'll do treatment, or you call it education, evaluation, and then intervention. When you join those three together, then you are a therapist. And
Okay,
I know some of you who want to become a therapist like me. I'll train you.
okay.
You don't need to see
Let me
my face.
emphasize on this. Like we earlier said at the beginning, we are not just here to teach you. We are here to help you out because we
Mm,
know a lot of couples are really malnourished. So this is an exercise I beg everybody to take seriously because I am also going to take mine seriously. I didn't know because I didn't know I would need a paper. All I'm going to do now is to tell my husband to get me a paper and a paper, but I'll just go out of the
yes.
screen and come back. Everybody has to be involved. I am personally going to get my paper and my pen. I don't have one yet, so I'm going to get one. So I'm encouraging
Mm,
everybody to get a paper and pen if you really want to be nourished when it comes to sexual life. But if
mm,
you know you don't want to be nourished, you liked being malnourished, be it a couple, you can go ahead and ignore it. But if you want to be nourished, you want to avoid malnourishment, get a paper, get a pen. Like they said, just write your name, write your phone number on that paper. It belongs to you, it doesn't
WhatsApp
belong to
number.
us. So write your WhatsApp
So
number, write
write
your
your
name
WhatsApp
on the
number.
paper while we do this
Mm,
analysis. I'm quickly going to get my paper and pen because I really don't want to miss out of this. We are all learning, and I believe everybody wants to learn too. So I'm just quickly going to
now,
go over and come back. All right, I'm coming back.
mm, so now what that means is that I'm going to do what is called behavioral invasion. I will enter into you through your sheet of paper. Mhm.
Oh,
Show you exactly what is going on in your mind as far as sex is concerned. And then, with the aid of a reality check, which is already on a Google link, Nurse Mary will guide you into, you will feel it. But I need you to do the spot check now. And I will tell you what you are suffering in your sexual life by the time you follow me objectively. Now,
So
you will be shocked.
I've got my paper here. This is my personal paper. I'm going to be writing
Good.
my name and my phone number on it as instructed by the therapist. So I'm
Yes.
indulging everybody to also get their paper and their pen,
Get your paper.
and we're
Put
going to
your
be indulging
telephone
on it
number.
together. Write your name, write your phone number. Let's do this together and let's see how the outcome is going to turn out. All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to write my
Have
name.
you done it?
Okay, I'll just quickly do mine. Others should do
So
this.
put your age,
Okay, my age
because
too.
sex
Okay.
also has age biometrics to it.
All
There are
right.
some in some certain demography, they have low libido. I'm going to be coming
Uh,
to those ones and treat them on this space some other time. So your name, your WhatsApp number, your age, and your location.
Location.
Put it there. Mm. Sex affects everything, and everything affects sex. That's another thing.
So I've
Sex
written I've
affects
I've written mine.
everything,
So
and everything affects sex. Now, look at the rule of the game.
okay.
Everyone in the house, I'm going to tell you 20 questions,
Okay.
20 issues about sexual malnourishment.
Okay.
The lower score is 1, the highest of the score is 10. In other words, you are going to do this in relation to you. Leave your husband, leave your wife. Even if husbands and wives are listening to me, please be sincere. Don't say, if my husband take 5, me too, I'm 5. No. Otherwise, we won't be able to help you. Be very objective. Just take the lowest. Is what?
One.
Is 1,
Okay.
and the highest is 10.
Okay.
And it's a negative marking. Now,
Uh,
look at what 1 means. 1 means this question, you are just rigid, it doesn't affect you. 2 means, well, the only way it affects you, you only look, but it doesn't get into you. You will see it on the assessment in the Google link Nurse Mary will send to you, or you will download from the site. 3 means, well, you are dull. You don't only look, but it makes you dull. The question. 4 means you are unstable. That dullness have gone to the level of instability. 5 means where you are tolerating it. 6 means you have yielded to it. 7 means you are now floating on the issue. 8 means you are diving around it. 9 means you are swimming. You are releasing your energy into that question. And 10 means absolutely that question just catches you. Hook, line, and sinker in your own sexual experience. So if it doesn't affect you at all, and you have nothing to do with the question, you are scoring 1/10. If the question has everything to do with your own sexual experience and journey, then you are scoring 10. Do we get it?
yes. If you are following, if you want him to go over again, just drop
If
in the
you
comment
because if
section.
you
We are
miss
not
it from
rushing
here, you
this.
miss everything.
We are not rushing this. I'm involved. Everybody's involved. We are not rushing it. So if you want him to go over what he said again, drop on the comment section. If you understand and you
Mm.
feel we should continue, just drop on the
So if you
comment section.
understand, let me know. Let me go over again.
Uh-huh.
Now we have a set of 20 questions here. I'll be asking you one by one. You say, Dr. Komolafe, what you have just said now in that question is exactly my own experience. That means question 1, you say 10/10. Semil Bukola says go over. Now I'm going over. I have a set of 20 questions here. See it in my hand. You will also download yours later, but want to do it on the surface. If I say, how deep is bad behavior by your spouse via lack of satisfaction caused consciously or unconsciously by your spouse? And you say, Kai, that's exactly my husband. That's what he has caused me. I don't get satisfied in sex. Well, she is aware, or he is aware, or he is not even aware. Then that means you are scoring 10/10. Well, he is 50% aware that he is causing me lack of satisfaction. That means you are scoring 5/10. Well, he is satisfying me so well and I like it. That means you are scoring 1/10. The questions are all negative questions because sexual malnourishment is about the negativities that happen before, on, and after sex. So if the question has nothing to do with you at all, you are scoring 1. It has a slight thing to do with you, you are scoring 2. Where you are feeling it little by little, you are scoring 3. Where at times,
Okay.
but not all the time, you are scoring 4.
Okay.
Where 50-50, you are scoring 5. Where more than half, you are scoring 6.
Sorry, Dr. Kamalafe. I'm sorry to cut you
Yes,
short. See, he's going to try as much as possible to explain it, but
I will explain
we have the
everything till you
PDF.
get it.
We have the PDF. You can feel it. He's going to explain it. For those that even if we explain it, it might be difficult for you to comprehend. We're going to give you
Mm,
a PDF file. Just feel it. You feel it, then that gives you your
mm.
score. So this is more or less like going over it so that we have an understanding of it. Because
Yes,
I
so that
believe
when you
not.
download
Yeah,
it,
so sometimes not everybody understands verbally. You get, they
yes.
want to see how it looks like on paper for them to understand. So just calm down. For those that are asking, we're going to go over it again. Then we're going to send the
Mm,
files for you to feel, to know your strengths, to know how malnourished you are. We're going to assess it. It's just going to
mm. So
just be calm.
question number 1.
Okay, so the question number one, the
Yes, I will
okay,
explain it.
okay,
If the question catches you, you are scoring high. If it does not have anything to do with you, you are scoring low. That's just the rule.
okay, sir.
And you can take between 1 and 10, where it doesn't affect me. 1, 2, 3. Where that's my life. That's my own experience. You are scoring 8, 9, 10. So question number 1. How deep and bad is the behavior by your spouse due to 1, lack of satisfaction, sexual satisfaction caused by him, either consciously or unconsciously, is the fault of your spouse, either your wife or your husband, that causes you that. So you just say question 1. If never, it's not affecting you, you say 1, meaning he is satisfying you, you are satisfied. If when you are never satisfied and you have even jettisoned it, you are scoring 10 because that question fits into your frame. If it is half, then halfway you put 5, or where more than half, 6, 7. So for me, I'm also doing my own here. For me, question 1, I score. Okay, I won't announce my score so that every man shall hear his body. So I've scored myself on question 1. You are going to sum all those questions together, and it's going to give you an aggregate of exactly your situation, and then I'll start interpreting here. So can I go to question number 2?
Yeah, I think we should just go over it quickly so that we
Okay,
can.
go over question number 1. How well is your lack of sexual satisfaction caused by your husband or your wife? Doctor, he has no role to play at all. It's all about me. Then you score yourself low. If it's your husband causing you, you score yourself high. So I've done my own. Then question 2. How well do you experience sex monotony? What does that mean? Not enjoying, but just mechanical due to peculiar routine life. It's just monotonous. It's the same thing. Dog style all the time. It's just dog, dog, dog. Am I a dog? That can cause malnourishment. Sex is supposed to be a place of variety where you keep trying. There's a couple in North America. They are in their 70s. And one of their secrets to vitality, they told us, is sex. In Tony Robbins' class, said they just try new things and they keep discovering at 75, 80 years. Some of us are 32, 33, and you already push up. Do you imagine that before people marry, they like sex? But once they marry, I don't want it. I have more things to handle. Why? One day we'll handle that here. So, how well do you go through monotony? It's just the same thing. It's becoming mechanical. The fun is no more there. If that question catches you, you are scoring 8, 9, 10. If yours is not monotonous, so you catch fun in it, you are scoring low. So I take my own.
I want to take my own too. I'm writing my own. I'm doing my own assessment to do your own assessment and know.
Yes.
So I'm writing my own.
Then question number 3. Sex as a weapon against you by your spouse because of certain reasons. So, okay, I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for her in bed. And you are now using sex, or your spouse using sex as a weapon. Now, you are doing this for yourself. How well has sex been used as a weapon? When you read the book, there is a book on the malnourished sexual spouse.
I
Not
think we should share that
this.
book with them. I'm gonna share it with you people. It's very,
Yeah,
very
share the
important.
link with
Yeah,
them.
I will. I will.
All these things are explained there, but I'm just picking slides
Yeah,
there.
I will share with
Nurse
them.
Rosemary will send you the link so that from tomorrow you download and read and have full grasp and solve problems.
I don't want
So
to keep the
number
book
three
to
question.
myself alone, so I'm gonna share with everybody. Okay, I'm not keeping it to myself.
So number 3, sex as a weapon against you by your spouse because of certain reasons. You'll say, okay, you offended me. I know where I'm waiting for you. Women do that a whole lot. So I'm not even talking of you doing it. The one that is done to you is what we are talking about. So I've written mine. Question number 4. How well do you experience loss of sexual, emotional temperature and connection as partners? You are not emotionally attracted to each other. You just do it to fulfill righteousness. You just do it because when you are in the same room, your body touches his or hers. But the emotional temperature and connection is lost. What is emotional temperature? It is the release of this inner stir and fun you need to be able to generate the fluid for connection before sex. Otherwise, you know chicken and cock. Hit and go, hit and run, straight bullet. It means the emotional temperature is inconsistent, it's not stable. So if you are not having, you lose your own emotional temperature, it means this question catches you. So you are scoring very high. Me, I have not lost mine. So I'm scoring low.
That's why you're a therapist, so you know all the things.
That's what therapist. I know what to do and I do what I know.
Okay.
Nurse Mary Mercy, you know in sex and sexual life, many people know what to do, but they don't do what they know.
Yeah, that's it's one thing to know. It's one thing to know it and practice it. It's another thing to practice it. I mean, it's one thing to know.
Good.
It's another thing to practice. It's easier said than done.
Than done.
Yeah,
So as
it's
a
easy to say,
therapist,
"Oh, do this, do that, do that," but are you really practicalizing
you're
the do
really
it, do it?
practicalizing it. And how are you practicalizing it? Is it up to the required standard? Or
Yeah.
you are just trying on the surface and giving reasons why you cannot do it? These are all the issues we look at. Then question number 5.
Okay.
How well has your own experience led to sexual affliction at the end of sex instead of affection from the beginning to the end? Your sex life will either produce affliction, mental, emotional, and get you distorted and disturbed, or affection, where you are connected and communicating with your spouse. So the question now is, how well is your own experience leaving you with affliction instead of affection at the beginning to the end?
Yeah.
Where is this affliction? In your mind,
A good
in
sex
your
can
emotion,
a good
in
sex
your mood. Mm,
a good sex can make your partner confess all his sins. Everything.
immediately.
Trust me. It can make him say what he did, what he planned, what his friends said, what they had in the meeting. If you want to get
Yes,
something from your spouse, a good sex, that's what the question is trying to link you to
that's
now.
what the
Is it going
question
to
is
make you,
saying.
is it going to cause affliction or that affection that will lead to more communication and
Mm.
exposure?
So if you are going through affliction, you are high in the score. If there's no affliction in your own sexual life, then you are low in the score.
Yeah.
So, question number 6: how well is your own experience becoming mechanical sex? And you know the syndrome? You ask for it, you get it. Just do and let me go. Hmm? I'm going deeper now. Some of them will see my here. I hope husbands are together with their wives. Eh? So yeah, that's mechanical sex. And do you know one day Mercy Mary will handle mechanical sex and
Yeah, there
tell
are a lot
you
of it.
20 symptoms.
People are not saying it, but people got involved in mechanical sex, but they are shy to actually speak it out.
Some don't even know how to check it. I will show you how to check your spouse for mechanical sex. Especially, see, let me give you 2 hints for free here. Can I give them, nurse?
Okay, go
Can I
ahead.
give that for
Yeah, you
example?
can.
When you are performing intimacy, you are intimate with your spouse, and your mind is somewhere else. I used to be a banker before in those days. You see, I could be at home on dining table, and I am saying, did I balance well? Did I close the book? That's mechanical sex. Hmm? When you offer your spouse because you don't want him to be annoyed, even when there are issues you are bottled up and you are bitter in your mind against him, it will show. There is a sexuamometer I will introduce later by which you can measure mechanical sex. At the end of it, you just feel, in fact, you blame yourself for doing it when your spouse offer you mechanical sex. But because some of you don't even know what it is, you just think it's penetration. You do penetration only to get into deterioration. And some of you do penetration, and at the end of it, you now experience derogation or retardation. And you look, do you know what is the cause why when somebody is raped, even the one who does the raping will now hate so well the victim? Because you see, some of this fluid, eh, when they are not released under harmony, they will cause acrimony. When mechanical sex is involved, one is releasing a good one, the other one is releasing a poison. Let me leave this side because we are not handling mechanical sex. We are going to 20. So if you have been going through mechanical, then you are scoring high. If there's nothing mechanical, it's fun, you are catching the fun and all of that, you are scoring 1, 2, or 3. So let's go. Question number 7. There is sexual limitation, where it's just by rules and certain custom. E.g., some will say, no, sex is not good in the morning. Oh, we must only do it in the midnight. Or a husband comes to the kitchen to hold the wife's breast. He say, don't corrupt my kitchen. Don't corrupt my kitchen. This is a food place. Or we are in prayer. We're in prayer. Leave my breast. Don't touch me. You see, that is what sex by limitation, by rule, by custom. or to say, don't have sex. We are fasting. Don't spoil my prayer. It's a lie. It has nothing to do with your prayer. It has nothing to do with your fasting. In fact, can I confess? To me, when I fast, sex is a stimulant for me because it releases my extra tension and pressure so that I can face God. One day I will break down here the role of sex and fast, and to let you see how they work together as a therapist. So, how well is limitation hindering your sex life? Your wife said, no, don't do anything. I'm meditating. I'm praying. Hmm? No, I want to have a silent time. If your partner is rowdy and what will make him silence is sex, then you are selfish. When you say, please just leave me, oh. You know it's afternoon. Sex is done in the night, and everywhere must be dark. Shut all the light, bolt the door everywhere. Who, who told you that you cannot catch fun and have fun in the toilet, in the bathroom, on the dining table, in the kitchen? So take that. Then question number 8. Sexual excuses due to unwarranted emotional transfer. Say, I'm not happy. I'm confused now. Anger, hate, mm, trauma, unhappiness. And anytime you and your husband have an issue, it's bed that will suffer it. You're waiting for the man on the bed. He touches you, say, you don't come again, no. With all that you cause in the afternoon, you think, say, now automatic. You must pour water in front for you to touch some ground. You see, excuses. Are you the one suffering from the excuses your spouse give? Oh yeah, if you are suffering, you are scoring high. If you are not suffering from excuses, then you are low. That's question number 8.
Okay. Me, I'm writing.
Then,
I hope everybody's
then,
writing. For your own good, I will
then
advise you to
question
write.
number 9. Another test for sexual malnourishment is called conditional sex. Sex tied to a certain demand by a partner.
Yeah, that's
Hmm?
very common.
Before, on, and after. Some women do it a whole lot. They turn their bed to harlotry. So you promise me now, you are going to give me your ATM. And because the man is already handicapped, he say, I beg, take the ATM. That's
Yeah,
wickedness. That's cruelty, sexual cruelty. Women don't do that. When the man is handicapped, you say, oh yeah, promise me. No, 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 no. You are not for fun. That's vile. That's not good. So, how well is your partner using sex as a condition? It leads to malnourishment, sexual condition. Okay, promise me that you buy me another car. Okay, promise me that you take me to US for summer. Otherwise, nothing. No, it shouldn't be. So write it down. If this thing catches you, then you are high. If it doesn't affect you, then you are low. Then question 10. There's what we call account depositor sex.
account
Account
depositors.
depositors sex.
Explain, please.
Yes, deposit something. Put something down. Put something down. That's bribery, sexual graft. Put something down. Now, so that they do that. You are waiting for the man. You have been saving money, and the man doesn't want to add to it. You know where to wait for him. So when you say put something down, it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental. Sex should be for fun without any strings attached. So account depositor sex says deposit something first before we can go on. It's already a violation in the mind. And psychotherapy tells me that everything will go wrong with with that system. So very vital. Then number 11, phone replacement sex also causes malnourishment. What is a phone replacement sex? It is a sexual experience where the person is arrested. You see, sex is a drive, preparatory, performance, and post performance. For example, you are meeting with your spouse and your phone rang and say, hello, call me back. You're wrong. You have truncated the flow and replaced your sex phone at that moment. You truncated it. It's a journey that needs no distraction. Or you suddenly remember that, oh, your cloth is outside, you have not packed it. And you say, wait, I'm coming, I'm going to pack cloth. When the man is already at the height of the mountain trying to ejaculate, that's wickedness. So, if that is happening to you as a man or woman, you are arrested by something else or too distracted of a sex during sex, before it, during preparation, during it, and after it. It is called phone replacement sex. You get it in the book. It's sexually malnourished. So check yourself. There's nothing bad if it is just one off. But in 1 month, you have four experience. No, it has become a habit and it's not good for relationship. Then question number 12 is called emotional leakage sex. And what does that mean? This is a sexual life due to infidelity. Your emotional baggage as a spouse is now having potholes because the woman is going out or the man is going out. The level of confidence and trust will reduce. It is called what? Emotional leakage sex. So, how well are you being affected? And you see, going out this day, Mercy Mary, is not about physical going out. You are staying with porn. And instead of meeting with your wife or your husband, you go to pornography and you enjoy it in your emotion. You enjoy it. It's the same fluid though. The only difference is that the physical contact is not there, but you have performed sex. And then you now load the one in your house, you don't want it. Why? Because you have replaced it. And you don't even need to go to porn. You can create one in your brain and catch the euphoria and the ecstasy and even reach orgasm. One day we'll talk about factors affecting orgasm and why people don't even reach orgasm in 3 years or 4 years. Hmm? So take that one. Then the next one is called, that's number 13,
Yeah.
accidental discharge sex. It's called what? Accidental discharge. What is the meaning? Sex unprepared or unplanned for. The man just grabbed the wife and said, yeah, come, 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 now. Accidental discharge. Nigerian police used to do accidental discharge. And on very many occasions, they kill people. You kill your spouse emotionally because of accidental discharge. Where at times, some psychological issues, physiological issue may happen. But when it is becoming too frequent, what is accidental discharge sex? No foreplay, eh? No fondling. You just grab the person. Oh yeah, no preparation. And that's why some women call it rape. Say my husband raped me. Why? There was accidental discharge, whether with penetration or without penetration. One day I will train here on the art and science of sexual penetration and what to bring out of it. Not just carrying a woman and all of that. So, how well do you go through the suffering of accidental discharge sex? And then most time there is no orgasm. It's far from it. Even if you pray and fast, once you don't plan and prepare for it, that is accidental discharge. Men do it more. Why? Because of the pushy stuff, especially the cholerics. Eh, but the melancholia for women, they hate it a whole lot. So you can't just bounce on me anyhow. So if you are going through accidental discharge and suffering in your sex, that's malnourishment. You are scoring high. Take it. Then number 14 is called bus stop or junction sex.
No.
Bus stop check.
So there's a
What is
bus
bus stop?
stop. We have
Yes.
accidents and now there's a bus stop or junction sex.
Yes. What does that mean? One-sided satisfaction abruptly, not minding the state of your partner. You reach orgasm before your partner, you remove your penis, and the woman is groaning. Mhm. That's a bus stop sex. The person hasn't arrived destination. You stop at bus stop. Do you know some women can break anything just to express that tension? I went to solve a problem with a family, and what do you get? You just discover that the lady carried an iron and broke the screen of the TV, family TV. I said, why did you do that? He said, Daddy, just to express my anger and because I'm under tension. And as a therapist, I know what she meant. So when it is wrong in sex, what you call demo, it's not demo, misbehavior. Violation inside in sex leads to violence outside in relationship. Sexual violation delivers what? Violence in home. So accidental, we finish it. Bus stop sex, cut it short. Either before, during, or after is the same judgment. Then number 15. Number 15 is called sexual imprisonment. If you are undergoing sexual imprisonment, you know what happened? Too full of activities. Workaholics husband or wife. I say, Madam, this is my period. I'm so busy now. I'm cross-checking 5 universities, and that's where we feed. We must pay children's school fee. And then he pushes you to a corner under the guise of busy, busy, busy. And even when he's ready, it's peck and go. It is called peck and go sex. How will you not be malnourished? No preparation, no proper delivery, execution, and then just peck and go. You say, you are not even happy that I did 2 minutes. You say 2 minutes is small. 2 minutes in 1 month. That is what? Sexual imprisonment. Some couples are living in very large houses, large homes, but those are prisons for sex. The right thing is not happening. Then number 16 is sexual insolvency. What does that mean? You surrender to the slightest distraction. You are looking for quick fix and you are absent minded. You say, did I ejaculate? You didn't know you ejaculated because your mind was somewhere else. Eh? Did I do this? Eh? I didn't know you are absent-minded. Or during sex, you are saying something else. Your spouse asks you a question, you are answering something else. That is insolvency. You are supposed to be solvent, soluble, flexible, mild. Then number 17 is called inorganic sex or violation sex. And what is the meaning? Little or no foreplay. Say, rub my back. You just do like this. What? Hmm? Too abrasive. Eh? No foreplay, no communication. Hmm? You are always in the spirit. I'm in the spirit. You do unnatural things. Man, sex is emotionally natural. And when you don't see it and connect it that way, the natural thing does not work. It does not produce the fluid needed. So it is bestial, like beast. So it is called inorganic sex or violation sex. Somebody say, hey.
Hey.
And then number 18 is called authoritative sex. The husband just said, oh yeah, go and bath now. Enter that room now. It's a servant master relationship, no longer friends. Oh yeah, go and bath. Go and shower. I need you in the room. Can you come here, madam? That is what? Authoritative. Such one will ever be malnourished. It will now get there. So, how well is your partner being authoritative? Oh, yeah, undress. Madam, did you hear me? Undress. I need you in the room. Go and shower. Have you showered? And that one's under humility, false humility. See, don't marry a man or woman you cannot respect in all circumstances. You cannot bond with in all circumstances. That's why people rate compatibility so high in our days. Very vital. So it's not a boss relationship thing. Come on now. Go and bath. You are issuing instruction. No, you shouldn't be. And then number 19, abrasive sex. What is an abrasive sex? Instead of insulating bad languages and display, they are sex under pressure. Hmm? You hurt each other emotionally through words. Instead of words that polishes, they are words that are punitive in nature. See your hair safe. Your head is smelly. Your mouth is smelly. Must it be at that time you are saying it? It goes into his psyche, her psyche, and the fluid will dry. The flow. In fact, there's an assessment here. I can't wait for people to do that one that tells you the 10 things that you need. Take it now. So, do you understand? So, very vital. That's abrasive. Bad language, body language, mouth language, attitude language. Then, number 20, journalistic sex.
Journalistic sex.
Yes. Or sex by reportage. What do journalists do? They
They-
cover events. When the woman begins to point finger and say, 13 September last year, you did it. They keep records of wrong. That's journalistic sex. Sex by reportage. Hmm? Why must you point to errors during the errand of sex? It is wrong. You must not. That is called journalistic. Did you see it? Have you seen it? Why don't you talk, sis? Do we get it? Then, last but not, okay, that's the 20. So, reportage sex or journalistic sex is pointing fingers and errors during sex drive, and you are killing the sex ecosystem. Every home has what is called the sex ecosystem. When you always point fingers, and it is when your husband, your spouse is on you, that's when you are reporting him or her to herself. And say, there, you did so, 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 and so. Why not sort out all those oneself? You are killing and releasing toxins, poison into your sexual ecosystem. Now, so many things people of faith pray over. It's not prayer matter, it's behavioral issues. Let's bind every devil that is affecting our sexual life. It's a lie. No devil there. You are the devil. So now, how many of you have written up to 20? You have ticked yourself in 20.
Yeah, I've ticked
20
mine
places.
already. So my call is to myself. It's personal. So I mean,
So, no, what we will encourage them to do is, I will tell them what to score, mm, and what is the meaning. So add all those figures together. Add it together. Add all your figures together. We add mine. By the time they do the assessment and send to me, then it will tell me their emotion. It will tell me their passion. It will tell me the status of their mind. It will tell me how far away they are from nourishment. Some will even weep and cry by the time I start analyzing it. So add your figure. It's just surface evaluation we are doing now. Add your figures together. I'm adding mine.
add all your figures together. I've added mine already.
I'm adding mine.
If you are not following and you don't understand what we mean by adding up, what I would advise, especially those that are having sexual malnourishment in their marriage, is for you
Mm.
to wait till the end of the video, watch it from
Yes,
beginning to
and
the
take
ending, and take note.
and then download the book.
That
Read it properly because I also explain how to do it in the book.
okay. So
Download it
I'm
from the
going
Google
to
link.
please and please, I'm going to be dropping the link to the book and everything you need on the description box. So I think I've dropped some link on the description box, but I've not dropped the link to fill this form that we are just analyzing. So I'm going to be dropping the link to fill this form so that you have an idea. For those that mixed up, they can see this form, fill it up, and give themselves scores. But for better
Yes,
understanding of the form, just watch the full video, feel yourself, assess yourself, snap it, and send so that we will be able to assess you and help you out with it. I am not a sex
yes.
expert. That is why I'm bringing a sex expert to you because from what I've been doing so far, Dr. James, I found out that a lot, of, especially women, not just
Mm,
men, men, yes, they are malnourished,
yes.
but women sometimes they are sexually malnourished and sometimes they get upset
So malnourished.
that actually
Yes.
destabilized them. I got a lot of comments on my
Mm,
DM, and I was like, "Oh, I am not a sex expert, so I
mm.
am going to have a sex
I
expert on the
treat it.
channel to
Mm,
analyze this for us." And here we are. And I
yes.
believe while
Mm,
you are listening to those 20 symptoms that we just listed, people will be like, "Oh, I've experienced
so
this. This is what I'm experiencing." So click your own, and let's see how it goes. So for those that have clicked,
everybody
okay,
everybody here needs the book.
yeah,
Nurse Mary will show you the link. You download it tomorrow and then read and see yourself live. And then assess, tick under appropriately under those figures. But now we are just doing surface because you don't have the assessment that tells you everything about it. So now add all your figures. What you get will be over 200. Add all your figures. What you get, make it over 200 times 100. over 200 times 100. So, what is your score?
Whatsoever figure you get, you can use a calculator if you are not good with mathematics. Take your
Use a
phone calculator,
calculator. Mm.
divide it by 200, then multiply it by 100. So you get the
Also
aggregate.
simple. Let's not take them too far. Whatever you score, divide it by 2. That is your actual percentage score.
Okay.
Since the whole question here is 20, and the highest you can score here is 200 over 200. So if you divide that, it gives you 100%. So anything you score, divide it by 2. That is your percentage score. So then I need people to just write for me their percentage score. If the questions were to be 10, I will say whatever you score is your percentage score. But the questions are 20, and a percentage is what? 100. Yes, only you have ticked all. Sum it together and divide it by 2. What did you score? I need you to tell me on the
Drop your score if you know you followed suit. We will appreciate if you
if you
drop your
follow suit,
score.
you got it.
Drop your
But
score
when
on
you
the comment
download
section.
it from the book, you will get it more.
If you know you followed suit.
Anything you score, divide it by 2 and write it here. Oh, doctor, I score 45. I score 86.5 or whatever. So who is bold here to let me know what he or she scores? Anyone? Thank you. Is anybody's? Just add your score. Okay, number 1, I scored 3. Number 2, I scored 4. Number 3, I scored 2, and all of that. Yes, all of them combined. Okay, bro, won't let us speak.
I'm not the speaker for today. Or
Did anybody score anything?
do you want
Okay,
to put?
now let me explain.
Okay.
If you score anything between 0 to 39, it means you are a model, meaning you are enjoying sexual nourishment.
Oh, somebody got 24%. That's good.
Wow, that is a coach there.
Ah, that's
You have
good.
just won yourself a book. Let that person reach me. Hmm?
Oh, okay.
The person who scored 25% is a coach. He knows what we are doing here now and is an expert like myself. Golden choice, congratulations. You just won a book from Dr. Long Life,
Okay. What
from
you just
Dr.
have to do,
James.
Golden Choice, go to my Instagram handle and send me a message. I'll tell you further on how to get the book. So just go to my IG handle after the live. Just send me a message and tell me your name is Golden Choice from the live session. All right?
Yes, not this very book, but another book that he will need. Hmm? So 24 means he is a role model. And when it comes to sexual nourishment, he's just at it. Hook, line, and sinker. And he's an expert. He knows very well about it and is observing it. He's either a psychologist or a medical doctor or a life coach or somebody who likes solving problems. Now, when I see his or her assessment, I can tell you 25 things about him or her, and it will be exact. Because what you do in reality checks is that you vomit your life out to me to see on ink and paper, and I will rearrange you hook, line, and sinker. So that's a model 0 to 39. Now, if you score 40 to 50, you are cooperating
Oh,
when it's to sexual nourishment.
somebody got
If you
35.5. Sorry. Someone got
35.5,
35.5. Yeah.
is
Kelechi.
also a role model. Kelechi, congratulations.
That's good.
Is also a role model. These are the people I want to train. on to become sex therapists. We don't have too many of them in Africa. And I'm privileged to train from Florida and Hawaii, United States of America. So I want to donate and multiply some of this knowledge so that we can solve problems. Homes are suffering, especially homes of leaders and people who are busy. Hmm? So if you score 0 to 39, you are in distinction. If you score 40 to 50, you are in corporation. Yes, you are good. You are enjoying it, but you have not reached full potential. You still have some T's to cross and some I to dot. If you score 51 to 60, hmm, it means you are needing comprehension. You are going through malnourishment in some critical areas. And by the time you download the assessment and fill and send back, we'll be able to show you where you are needing to understand more. Otherwise, you'll be praying and fasting and suffering for nothing. You will enjoy the connection and the bonding you need in your relationship. Then, if you score 61 to 70, you are stagnating. You are going through stagnation, sexual stagnation. And then, so many things. It can lead to high blood pressure. It can lead to you having acne and pimples and so many other things. It can lead to hypertension. It can lead to blood rise, emotional instability. There are 25 things that happen to you when you are sexually malnourished. One day we'll treat that here. Hmm? But you need to read the book. Then, if you score 71 to 80, you are going through sexual frustration. And you may have actually packed it aside and wave it aside that this thing is not working. Hmm? If you are if you score 81 to 100, you are in sexual isolation. Somebody said I
People
need a
are
book.
already needing the book. Yeah, we're going to be giving the book.
Yes,
We'll just at
the
the end of the
book
video, we'll
will
tell
be
you how to get the
at
book.
the end of the book. You will just click the link, and we have made this so simple for people to read it and then run the assessment. Two things you'll be giving, three things actually. You'll be giving the Google link for the assessment so that you fill it the way I filled mine and send it to my WhatsApp number so that we can arrange for your treatment and solve problems, the wife, the husband, and then both of them. If you are bonded to some extent with your spouse, then we can sit down together with you with a Zoom meeting wherever you are on the surface of the earth and treat you, and you'll be fine. It's just a behavior modification. So, the Google link for the assessment will be giving you where you just tick. And then, number two, you'll be giving the paystack link for the book. You download it. I think it's just a little sum of 2,500 naira. We don't want to bill you, so we want you to get this thing. Get the book, download it, and then read and assess yourself and forward your assessment to us. And then number three, Nurse Rosemary will also throw open a 3-session training, certified trainers, hmm, sex coach, sex therapist. You can arrange it among your teams. Me and Nurse Rosemary will take you on training for a 3-course module. Certificate, you are certified as a sex therapy. You can handle cases and all of that. That one will not be immediate, but we will show you the curriculum and all of that so that you can do what I am doing and repeat it anywhere and solve problems. Make it another line of income stream and all of the like. So that is it. Now, this is surface explanation. By the time you download the form and fill, we are going to treat you by 4 analyses. One is called structural deviation. Your form will show me where you are deviated from the original sex pattern and show me to what percentage in fact and figures. and it will tell me your bad behavior. That's structural deviation. Then it will tell me your trend analysis, how you and your mate have lived over times, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because what you do on the form is to simply vomit out on the sheet of paper what has been happening around that space to show me. There. Then number three, it will show me your root cause analysis. I'll be able to look at your assessment and say, see, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Anthony, this is where the problem is. So instead of beating about the bush and looking for what is not lost, I will show you on your assessment what is the root cause analysis. And then to show me your point blank analysis, where you need to sort things out. And we will call a spade a spade. And then you will be radiant. You will be great. So download that book tomorrow and then read it. It is then you will see a whole lot you are missing when you when it is physical malnourishment, you can easily work at that. But sexual malnourishment is a trail of series of events over time that has accumulated and built a lifestyle and a habit around your life. So those are the issues. This is just surface. The book will show you. Then you can do the assessment well. So what you do for me now is snap that your result to my WhatsApp number so that we know on the surface what your score is. Even from my own end here, I can assess you and then see. Somebody said, wow. So take your phone and snap your assessment and send to my number. And what is my number? Plus 234 80 999 220. I'll say it again. If you are in Nigeria, my WhatsApp number and my only number you are privileged to have is what? 080 35 999 220. If you are not in Nigeria, it is plus 234 80 999 220. So snap your assessment. It has your name, your WhatsApp number, and then where you are and your age. Because they are all psychometrically important when we are analyzing. You see, some of your headaches will disappear by the time I treat you. Some of the pains you go through. You see, sex affects every area of your life. Some of the headaches you go through, backache. You see, during treatment, what I would say, I've used psychometric analysis to handle all kinds of cases in Africa, in Europe. I travel from city to city just to solve problems. Many times we just pray, 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 pray. After you have prayed, you need to plan, then play your role. So make sure you snap it now to my WhatsApp and then get the book, get the assessment, and then you can say, Doctor, I have some set of young men here or young women in my association, in my group, in Europe, in Kent, in Manchester. I want you to teach us on so and so area. So what me and Nurse Mercy Mary will begin to do now is that everything she teaches from now henceforth will now have the testing side of it and the treatment side of it. That's the collaboration we have entered for your sake. So please celebrate Nurse Mercy Mary by a good emoji here. Thank her for allowing for that. Otherwise, you can know and not know how to apply it. So there is the evaluation side and the intervention side of nurses lecture room. Is born today by the grace of God so that we can solve problems. So on this note, I'd like to thank everyone. Can you see Nurse Mary? Can you see all those love stuff going for you? Can you see how they are celebrating you? Let me celebrate you too, so that you won't drive me away. So any question? This is just on the surface. The book will show you more about this, and then you can heal yourself. So snap it to me, and then let husband snap theirs, wife snap theirs separately. By the time you run the assessment, we'll call you and fix Zoom meetings with you to solve those problems at just a token. And then now, by the grace of God, anything Nurse Mercy Mary teaches you, there's the intervention side. I think Nurse Mercy Mary will also give you a pay stack what now hub where you can apply for intervention on any case, and we have made it so tiny, affordable for everybody. Can I tell you a little bit about my charges to let you know what you enjoy through Nurse Mercy Mary? To meeting me in my office for anything, just for meeting me, you first register with 50K. And then an hour is my therapy session. That's another 50K. When I run any assessment, that is 100K. So I want us to doff our heart for Nurse Mercy Mary. All these we are provided for free tonight on this platform for you to enjoy. Now, instead of you paying 200,000 to get your problem solved, it's just 10,000. Once
So,
you have an issue with 10,000 naira payment from anywhere, you will be attended to. We'll fix a meeting with you. But when you are running some other analysis, then it could be extra, but not much. Okay.
okay.
Caston needs my number again. This is my number. If you are in Nigeria, Catson, it is 080 35 999 220. So simple to know. Or just put James Komolafe on Google, and then I'm also on. I have a YouTube channel, James Komolafe. Watch all my videos, local, national, international. You'll be surprised. You won't see sex there because eh, it's not. But you see so many things related there. We keep those ones aside. All kinds of people subscribe to my YouTube channel, read my works online, and all of that. So that is it. So, any question here?
If there is any question you would like to ask in
One or
regards
two
to
you want to ask
sexual
question?
malnourishment, this is an opportunity for you to drop on the comment section. First of
Mm.
all, like we
When
earlier
this,
said, we are going to be dropping several links on the description of this
yes.
particular video. The first one is going to be a description for uh, a Google link, I mean, for your self-assessment. For those that did not get
Mm.
the 20 questions, for those that didn't really follow up with the 20 question. So you're going to be getting this Google link. It's free of charge. I'm just doing this. This is what I can give back to actually help couples out of this. So we're going to be having that link, a Google link where you can do your self-assessment. It's free of charge. You're having access to this free of charge with no penny. So do your self assessment, know what percentage you are when it comes to that assessment. Just know what percentage you fall in. Are you in 20? Are you in 30? Are you in 100? Are you in 200? So when you know that, it's much easier to get it tackled. That is for the first one. Then the second thing you're going to get is the book. The book is like, I didn't really expect the price was going to be this cheap. Trust me, I didn't really expect it, but he wants to give it up. We want to try as much as possible to see how many people we can impact, because the more impact we get, the more testimonies we get, the more we feel much better that we're able to do this. So you're going to be getting the book. You can read more about sexual malnourishment on that book. It's really interesting, and I must recommend it, especially for couples. So that book is just as little as 2.5. It's very cheap. When you pay, you're going to get the link, you're going to download it, have access to it, and study it. Then the last thing, for those that want to book a consultation, you want a one-to-one consultation, you want us to assess and actually provide you useful intervention. There's also another paystack link that you can use to do your payments. I'm going to be leaving all this in the description box below. But if you are having any challenges accessing any of this link, all you have to do is to send me a message on Instagram. It's much easier to actually access me there on Instagram. I'm going to be watchful of the messages that are going to pop on my Instagram handle. So once I get the link once I get your message on my Instagram, just tell me from the live session with Dr. James Komalafe, and this is what you want. Just go straight to the point, please. No hi, hello. Just if you are chatting me, no need to say good afternoon, good evening. Just go straight to the point. This is my name, and this is what I want. So I will just respond as soon as possible. But if you don't have an IG account, you can actually send me a message on my WhatsApp number, or my Nigeria WhatsApp number, which is more or less like my business line. But there's a possibility it might take longer for me to attend to you there, because I have tons of messages on that line that I have not responded. So that is why I am trying to move all this to my IG, Instagram handle, so it's much easier. I know, okay, this is the people chatting me up. So send me a message on WhatsApp on +234 8123 9105. So +234 8123 719105. So you send me a message on this business line, you are going to get response. If you are confused on which link you are to click, which nick you need, that's the only way. That's when you send me this direct message, I'll just forward you the link and you do the necessary assessment you actually want to do. If you have any question, drop on the comment section. If you have any doubts, send me a message on my Instagram handle, and I will be willing to give you as much support from my end as I can give you and let you know. So, like I earlier said, I'm not a sex therapist, I'm not a sex expert. I am a nurse that is teaching about sex and reproductive health. And with us here is a sex expert who has actually impacted, like this section has been impactful, not just for my follower, but also for me as an individual. Okay, so I believe for those that are just joining, for those that didn't watch from the beginning to get a better understanding, I would advise you do so for your own benefit to avoid sexual malnourishment. There is more to sex than what you see, and there's more to sex than just that three-letter words. The three-letter word is bigger than you can ever imagine as an individual. Trust me. Okay? So that's what I have to say in conclusion. So I don't know if Dr. James Komalafe has something to say before we end the section, and it's also going to be a goodbye. See
Yes,
our next live
everyone.
session, because I hope to be doing more of this live. It seems it's going to be more beneficial. The more we do the live, the more people stay informed.
Yes,
Okay.
there are so many gray areas we have not even touched at all. So, by the grace of God, maybe once a month or so, on a public note, will just come like this. It could be sex, it could be libido, it could be so many things people don't really know about sex. They just think it's just for the purpose of childbirth or just
Procreation,
catching a
yeah.
form, procreation. No, sex has a magnetic field, and then it affects your productivity. Next stuff, they will read some of those things. In fact, there is the second book on on sex that will also give you within the week the 10 things that affect sex. Let me, you see, what we have done now is on a general note. Now look at the 10 things that affect it as I close. There are 10 steps in sexual nourishment. One is form, which is the mental imagery of sex, picture. Two is fluid, is what you produce. Three is flow, what you project. Let me start again. This is the real cocoa of the matter. You can pass very well in that one, but if you fail here, I'm sorry, you are malnourished. You can score 24 and say I'm a model. That's in principle. So we'll look for a time, we call it sexual nourishment assessment test. That one is malnourishment. There's the other side of it. One, maybe Nurse Rosemary, Nurse Mary, I will also send the Google link for this one so that you see where you are nourished and where you are malnourished. But let me give them a hint. Number one, test to sexual nourishment is called form. You form pictures in your mind, mental imagery of sex, complemented by contact or fondling. Two is called fluid. You produce fluid. It is the formation in your mind that gives you the sexual fluid. I will describe to you what that fluid is. Many of you are not fluid when it comes to sex, so you cause havoc. And then, so fluid talks about the release of multiple fluid within by attraction as against friction. And then the third step is called flow. You project a flow, directed fluid of affection towards your spouse for joint ecstasy is called flow. And then the fourth one is called fuck, Fuck. Some of you just fuck without fluid and flow. You are causing havoc. That's malnourishment by excellence. So, what is fuck? Emotional and mental union leading to physical connection. And what you do there is penetrate. So it's number four, not number one, not even number two or three. Then number five is called fine tune, which is the posture question of it. It fine tunes the mind emotion union via energy exchange. It is that energy exchange that is lost and people fight after sex, pick quarrels and all that because they just fuck, no fine tuning. Every fuck should produce the next step, fine tune you people's mind for harmony, for balance, for stability, understanding, rapport, and radiance. Hmm? And then number six is finesse, a satisfying finality. For fine tune, it is posture. It gives you posture. For finesse or finesse, it gives you position. What is that one talking about? A satisfying finality, settling the mind and calming the emotion. You finish like this. One sleep just catches you like that, and you are settled, you are balanced. Your blood pressure comes down, and then your temperature comes down. You are just happy, you are lighter. Wow! I can't wait to take you on this one. And then number seven is called fulfilled sex, which makes you to enjoy peace, inner peace, external peace. And what you get there, no frustration, but packaged arrivals. That is number seven. Then number eight, family terrain. What you generate here is called presence. Some of you are present at home, but you are absent in the real sense of it because sex is supposed to bring that presence. You can't do presence. And that is harmony for interaction and easy calm. And then number nine is called fondling. You are fond of each other, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have attention and affection jointly together. And then number 10, the height of it is called friendship. So from form to friendship. And in friendship, what does it lead to? Provision. One is picture, two produce, three project, 4 penetrate, 5 posture, 6 position, 7 peace, 8 presence, 9 participate, 10 provision. This is when you have nourishment. So you can pass the other one and fail this one. You are still hungry. So over to you, Nurse Mercy Mary.
Before I end, I think there's one question from Kelechi Onele.
Okay.
He said, "What do
Yes.
you have to say about couple with health issues such as
Mm.
stroke? What is your advice on sexual nourishment at that situation?"
Okay, great. One, we need to know the history of the stroke. Hmm? Is it stroke by heredity or stroke by frivolity? And then what is the extent, the degree of damage? Is it partial stroke or full blown stroke? And then three, what are the vulnerabilities? We call it. What are the vulnerabilities? Then four, what are the reserved ability in the spouse that has stroke? What can he or she do? What can she not do? Then number five, how can the partner come in? So there's no one size fit it all for this. I need one-on-one session with that kind of family to understand their status, to be able to give the best answer. Then there are possible solutions and suggestions. So how we solve this kind of issue is called idea method. Idea. Identification of the case. Two, definition
Okay.
of the status. Three, evaluation of the problem on ground. And then four, administration of therapies. By the time I cast it upon that template, I will know what to do and give an expert advice, and it will work. And they will still have fun, and from form, they will get to friendship, and so many things can happen. So, to such, you can pick the intervention form online, and then via it, we'll fix an appointment with you online and sort things out for you.
Okay.
Even the stroke thing is also my terrain. I have a global work on walking people away from high blood pressure. Or you have high blood pressure, you will still live your normal life, hook, line, and sinker with my therapies. That's not to say you drop your drugs. No, the hospital will tell you when to drop or when not to drop. But as for my therapy and intervention, and then some of you say, "Oh, I take my BP drugs regularly," and you are missing out on lifestyle protocol. It's dangerous. I have a work that shows you how to do lifestyle protocol and balancing your daily protocols so that you don't come down despite you're taking your drugs. So, sir, that is the only little I can say here. Stroke cannot hinder your fun if you know what to do and how to do it.
Okay.
Penetration is just one aspect out of 10. I'll reel out the 10 staircase. If you are climbing a story building that have 10 steps, do you know if one step is bad, you can jump it and go to other ones.
Yeah.
So it's as that beautiful. Any other question?
Okay. I think We don't have any question for the now. We spent more than 2 hours.
Wow, so
We spent
fast.
more than 2 hours on this section, and I must confess, it's been an interesting section. Like I earlier said, I've told you what and what to do at the end, so I don't end up repeating myself again. We have the Google link that you can use to do your self assessment to know the level of sexual malnourishment. And from them, you have the consultation link where you can click to have a one to one consultation with Dr. Komolafe. All this would have cost you a lot, but because we are doing it in a larger population, like we're talking to nurses lecture room, and we want to impact a lot, not just within the minute space. So he had to, like, we had a discussion and we had a mindset to bring the prices down so that almost everybody, literally everybody, can afford it with the prices that we have. Then we also have a
Yeah.
book attached. The link to the book, all these things are going to be dropped in the description box. But if you have any difficulty getting access to this, I've dropped my phone number and you can contact me on IG, Instagram for prompt response. So they are saying thank you for your time. Bukola is saying thank you for your time. If you watch this video and you find it interesting, you can drop comments on the comment section and also click on the like button to tell us thank you for bringing out this section. If you also want more of this live section, you can also drop on the comment section so we can come together and engage more on content like this so you can stay informed and able to deal with the challenges when it comes to sexual malnourishment. So whatsoever you want, drop on the comment section. I'm going to take note of it. How you feel about this section, also drop it on the comment section. Don't be shy. We are all matured adults and we are learning, and it's a good thing that we have social media that's bringing all these things to our doorsteps. We don't have to travel far and wide just to meet Dr. Komalafe. We have everything at our beck and call, and these interventions can be given swiftly. So I just want to say thank you very much to Dr. Komalafe James for coming. It's a privilege to have you on our social media handle. It's a privilege for you to come and give us discounted price on what the services you offer in your office at the Saba, as a Saba group, that's the School of
Resources.
Articulation and Behavioral. We are saying thank you on behalf of all my followers and on behalf of all those that have partaken in this particular section. We say thank you for your time and we say thank you for everything. And okay, so whatsoever question you're going to be have, the section is ending now. The plan was to do 1 hour 30 minutes, but now we've spent up to 2 hours. And I always talk about time management. When I say things, I try to keep up to my time. So I have exceeded my time for the day because I've spent extra 37 minutes on this live. So because it was an interesting section, I didn't really know. I just wanted it to continue. I didn't really want it to end. But because of the time management scheme and having a lot to do, we just have to stick by our time and we have to end the section. For all other questions, doubts, send me a message on my IG handle, Nurses Lecture Room everywhere, or on my WhatsApp platform. Once again, we say thank you to Dr. James Kamalafe for coming. We see you
Thank you so
often
very much.
and we pray you have more opportunities to chat with us, converse with us as we engage more in more live videos to actually educate people and bring to their remembrance or to their mindset that sex is fun. Sex is not a fight,
Never a
but
fight.
it's a fun that both parties have to enjoy the flow. It's not just one party, like I will always tell them in my video. Sex is not just about one party enjoying the flow, it has to be the two party teams coming together in agreement, in alignment, like, oh, we are ready to have fun. Let's go ahead. Let's kick ahead. So thank you very much for making me to understand that there's something called the bus stop sex. There's something called the journalistic sex. There is a lot. So if
Hey.
you've missed a lot, trust me, I believe you want to watch this full video to get the meaning of those things. Thank you very much
Yes.
as I
Read the
end this
book.
live session. We have
Thank you very
SQC.
much.
SQC said, thank you very much, sir, and as Miss Mary really learned a lot. We appreciate the gift of you, ma'am. It was great. Have done that already. Schools are supposed to add this topic to curriculum. Trust me.
We can
Yeah,
build it for you, for teams, for unit, for
yeah.
churches, for wherever,
Schools have to
and
add sexual
train.
education. Like,
Mm.
right? You don't have to shy away from these things. That's the problem I have
Mm.
with, especially
That's it.
Africans. We are shy away from the facts. We don't want to accept that sex is part of our life. Sex
Mm.
is what we like. Sex is a physiological need. That is the number one.
Yes.
Because without sex, there's no procreation. Without sex, a lot of hormones are not released. So, sex
Mm.
is actually a physiological need that we need to openly talk about and not be shy about this. And I'm here thinking about how my parents are going to feel, knowing fully well that their doctor is not talking about sex on social media. But anyway, that's on the other side. See you
Mm.
on our next life section with Dr. J.
People have fortunes and
Kamala.
live by it in America and some other climes.
Yeah.
They're coping well.
So, thank you
Thank you
all.
so very much. Bye bye.
Bye. Contact me on my IG. I'm on Instagram. Just go to Instagram and send me a message. My number for those that are asking +234 8123719105. So that's my number. All right. So bye everyone and see you in our next live. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kamala Faye. I'm just going to end this
Thank
live.
you very
Or else
much.
I'm
Bye
going to keep
bye.
talking.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.